let's be very clear. Of the 6 games this weekend, Josh Allen and the Bills have more on the line than any other team, and it's not close.
Oh.
It would be a total debacle if they were to lose this game. They can't lose this game. I'm not saying I'm not saying they absolutely won't. What I'm saying is for their franchise, for what they're trying to build, for what their plan was, to lose not only Wild Card Weekend, but Wild Card Weekend to this team would be a franchise-shaking moment. If they win, then the plan is gone basically just the way they had hoped. They would have rather the divisional round game against Kansas City be in Buffalo, but they already won in Kansas City earlier this year. They built an offseason where they were admitted about being obsessed with beating the Chiefs. They beat them once already. They would get a chance to beat them and then be the favorites to come out of the AFC. That's who they play in round 2 if they win. If they lose to a rookie quarterback against a team that's playing its worst football of the year, a team, LaVar, who they just crushed, led wire to wire against a few weeks ago, and go 2 rounds shorter in the playoffs this year than last year, it's a total disaster. So I understand it's the playoffs, so it's must win for everybody, but there are some franchises this weekend that are just happy to be there. There are some franchises that are playing with house money, and there is one franchise that unequivocally, absolutely must win, and that's Buffalo.
This is as great a year and as great a time for a team like Buffalo to take full advantage of the bracket and get to the Super Bowl. Again, I continue to say the team to beat is clearly the Kansas City Chiefs, but they're as vulnerable as they've been since starting this dominant run with Patrick Mahomes. So you look at this Buffalo Bills team, Josh Allen has been considered to be the franchise guy that can get this team to the next level, right? What is the pressure that's on Josh Allen? Is that he's delivering the goods that you haven't seen since the likes of, well, Jim Kelly. We all know how that ended, right? So when Josh Allen says, I have bigger goals than just getting a divisional championship, well, that's correct. But once you make it, and once you get past the first round, and once you get to a point of where you're playing well enough to make it into the Super Bowl, you have a whole different amount of pressure that's going to be on top of you when you get to that place. Because Buffalo fans expect to get to the Super Bowl. Bottom line is Buffalo fans haven't won a Super Bowl, right? So Josh Allen has a lot of pressure on him to perform, not to mention a lot of other quarterbacks get pressure put on them for making it to the playoffs. And what are they going to do? Most notably, Lamar Jackson as of late, right? We judge Lamar Jackson's greatness off of how far has he gone in the playoffs. We look at Baker Mayfield. How far are you going to go in the playoffs? And he doesn't even make the playoffs this year. So I think when you're looking at him getting the new contract, him being looked at as someone who drastically improved his game last year, this year, it didn't look like he took a definitive step forward, but he didn't take a definitive step backwards. He has a lot riding on his reputation as a franchise quarterback in Buffalo, Brew.
All right. First, I would argue with Nick's contention that by far Buffalo has more riding on this game than anybody else, or more pressure. How about Dallas against San Francisco? I mean, San Fran is a wild card. And the Cowboys are expecting, we know what Jerry Jones is expecting. So I think they're facing pressure. And we talked earlier about the Rams and the Cardinals. If the Rams lose to the Cardinals, I think they're going to get crushed just as much as if Buffalo loses this game. So, look, I get that we want to come on here and act like, oh, the sky is falling, and we talk about every game in life or death terms, right? It would be disappointing, Nick, if Josh Allen and the Bills lose to Mac Jones and the Patriots.
Team.
There's not a disaster. You're losing. You have to understand, you would be losing to the greatest coach of all time. It wouldn't just be a rookie quarterback. It would be, but Bill Belichick was leading the way. I'm not saying it wouldn't be ugly. I'm not saying they wouldn't be criticized, and it would be bad. They had Super Bowl aspirations. Josh Allen was supposed to be an MVP, didn't even make the Pro Bowl. I get all that. But I'm just saying, when we really step back and look at it, we'd have to say, you know what? He's 25 years old. He's in his 4th season. All right? He can learn from this. It's not always neat. It's not always a stairwell. Well, win 9 games, then get to the playoffs, then lose but get further in the playoffs, then get to the Super Bowl and win it. No, it doesn't always go that way. They might have to take a quick step back, and then Josh, who was down in touchdowns, down in completion percentage, up in interceptions, down in yards, down in passer ratings, maybe he'd step back and look at, why was I subpar this year compared to a year ago? So it could be a good thing. So, yeah, it'd be bad, Nick, in the moment, but not total disaster like you were saying.
I don't think it would be a total disaster. But when you talk about steps getting better and better and better, that's how the Patriots are going to go. This is a window of opportunity here, Nick, for the Bills to take advantage of a rookie quarterback and a team that just was put together this offseason. They're and even if you're not the biggest Mac Jones guy in the world, but you saw Joe Burrow, who was good his rookie year, get a lot better. Saw Jalen Hurts, good his rookie year, get a lot better. Imagine how good the baby GOAT is going to get. We're going to upgrade him next season to the infant GOAT. He's going to get better. He's going to have fewer mistakes, going to air it out more. Here's the other thing. Bill Belichick has been very good with people poaching the Belichick coaching tree. Lose an assistant, lose a coordinator, lose people, and Belichick is able to keep it rolling. There's been a lot of talk, hey, maybe Leslie Frazier gets a new job. Maybe Brian Daboll gets a new job. I don't know if McDermott has a track record of being able to refill the human resources chain. So I think between the rookie quarterback, Patriots having a new squad, and this is a chance to have this coaching staff that seems excellent. Seems like you got 3 head coaches on that squad that might break up. This is your opportunity to win.
It's a great point. And I think the question that I think it would beg if they lose to this Patriots team is, if not now, when? Meaning, if we're not going to beat the Patriots this year, when the game's in Buffalo, Mac Jones is a rookie playing the worst ball of the year, all of these things where it should line up for us, then when are we going to beat them? Here's the last point I'll make. This was not the most likely of first-round matchups. Once Cincinnati made it clear they were going to tank, and we knew Buffalo was going to beat the Jets, a lot of things had to happen for us to get this matchup. The Patriots needed to lose when they were touchdown favorites, but even after they lost, they would have been playing the Chargers if the Chargers had beaten the Raiders. It's just because of tiebreakers that it fell exactly like this. I believe, Jenna, that if we were getting an honest moment from Sean McDermott, he would have said, give me anybody else. Give me any of our possible opponents except for this one. Not because they don't think they can beat the Patriots, but the cost of losing to the Patriots in the playoffs versus losing to the Chargers versus losing to the Colts if they hadn't choked it away is so much different. I just think there's a lot of nerves in Buffalo, and the Patriots in a weird way are kind of playing with house money this weekend.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.